YOLO, my fellow human beings, and welcome to episode 49 of The Best Blessed Life. I'm your best host, Kristen, and today's topic is third time the charm. You know that means third time's the charm. All right, that's the topic. And if you can see right next to that board, I got my things we're going to do today. We got a yeast update, a weekend update, and yep, you guessed it. If I can reach my phone we're making ketchup. Can you see them boiling in there? I got it started before I got started. All right, so I'm going to put you guys up here. Bear with me for a second so I can make sure we're in a good spot. That looks about right. Hi, guys! Ah! As I wrap myself around the chair, I keep forgetting I'm attached. How's everybody doing? Okay. Before we get started, I want to thank you all for watching. Please continue to watch, comment, share, like, subscribe, ring the bell, and please pass them on to anyone you think that they could help. With that being said, I'm just going to touch base on the challenges. We got new ones going. Ooh, I didn't quite put that in the right place today. Got some new ones going on. So remember, we have, and I changed the name of the Positivity Bank. No, go away. Go. Shush you. Gotta tell him to go away. He just was out. He just likes being paid attention to. All right. So instead of the Positivity Bank, which I find to be a little bit a waste of paper because I'm ripping little sheets and everything. So my daughter got me this beautiful planner. Can you see where I'm going with this? For my birthday. So what I thought I'd do is we're making a positivity planner. That way you can plan in advance how positive your day's going to be. Isn't that exciting? Okay, so where we left off was October 4th. So I have quite a few to touch base with you on. And then I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the topic. Okay, so for the 5th of October, which is my wedding anniversary, I picked tenacious, not readily relinquishing a position, principle, or course of action, determined. The 6th was captivate, attract, and hold the interest and attention of, charm, third time's a charm. Harmonious, forming a pleasing or consistent whole, that was for the 7th. For the 8th, I have innovate, make changes in something established, especially by introducing new methods, ideas, or products. Excuse me, I need a... God, you'd think I was... Okay. For the 9th, I have majestic, having or showing impressive beauty or dignity. 10th is optimism, hopefulness and confidence about the future or the successful outcome of something. The 11th, I have proud, feeling deep pleasure or satisfaction as a result of one's own achievements, qualities, or possessions, or those of someone close to you. The 12th, I picked remarkable, worthy of attention, striking. Thrive is the 13th, grow or develop well or vigorously, prosper, flourish. 14th is trusting, showing or tending to have a belief in a person's honesty or sincerity. 15th, I have unparalleled, having no equal, exceptional. And today, the 16th, the word of the day is charm, the power or quality of giving delight or admiration. Delight greatly. Okay, so that was our positive word of the day. And so now, by the time we're all done with the year, we'll be able to put this book together and have one whole calendar. No! Go! He thinks every time I sit here, he needs to be in my line of sight, and then he'll just sit there and bark. Okay, so I did a board for charm, which I don't know why, but I just wanted you all to see those words. Okay, and then the the topic of the day was third time is the charm. And I wanted to kind of know where this little adage, idiom, they call them, I believe, came from. And believe it or not, I found like 3 different kind of ways that people thought. Well, actually, there was 4. One of them was Shakespeare, but they actually found that the British one actually came a little bit before. So, third time is the charm is British from 1830, and it's from a novel called The Cabinet Album. And the excerpt is, Jack says he, striving to make himself speak pleasant to him, you've got 2 difficult tasks ahead of you, but no third time's the charm. Take care of the next, no matter about it. So you know anything more than you did before? Then there is a Jewish tradition that teaches that a thing done 3 times is a chazaka? Chazaka? Chazakah, which is a legal presumption from the Talmud, which is the Jewish code. Talmud? Sorry, I apologize for that. Which is the Jewish code written between 200 and 800 CE, which they equate to AD. Says has the strength of tangible properties, something done with the strength of habit and law. I don't know how that came to mean third time's the charm, but why it has legal precedence was the other thing that was kind of confusing me. And then the other one I thought was kind of funny, is an old English law. Anyone who survived 3 hangings would be set free. And it was based on a story of John Babacombe Lee, who was convicted of murder, and they attempted to hang him 3 separate times, and all 3 times failed. So, I mean, and he was set free because that was the law. I mean, crazy, right? All right. Now, I'm giving you a yeast update. This thing has been the bane of my existence since we've been making it. So guess what? Third time's the charm. We get to make it again. I do believe my flaw was I did not check to see that my yeast, I'm caught on the chair, was not expired. So that was one of my flaws. And then the other thing was that I was using a mason jar, but I didn't have a lid for it. So I was just sealing it with plaster wrap. And I do believe that maybe too much air was getting in there and was making it deflate. So it was never actually truly taking off. So while I'm talking to you, I'm going to make it yet again. And I gave you an update during the week about how it was going, because I thought initially the second time was working. And no, not really. Okay, sorry. I'm trying to... Okay, so remember we need some warm water. So I'm getting that started. Okay, so while I'm getting this warm water ready, I'm going to go over what I have in this pot over here is just about 6 cups of tomatoes. Remember a couple weeks ago I bought some clearance tomatoes and we made pizza sauce. And I gave you an update on that as well. If you watched, I made a meatball sub casserole. And there's pictures out there on Facebook and Instagram. You can follow me on Instagram at The Best Blessed Life. And you can follow me on Facebook at Kristen Haas, which is KristinHass, 1 A, 2 S's. Okay, so I've changed my container to a plastic container that I have a lid for. Ha ha ha. And yeah, my water's pretty decent. So I'm going to go over those ingredients one more time. 3 tablespoons of 100% instant potatoes or potato flakes, however you want to look at it. 3 tablespoons of white sugar. Oop, that is sticking. Oh, the container must have been wet. Gosh. All right. I think I got most of it. 1 packet of active dry yeast, not expired, just bought it. and our 1 cup of warm water. All right, guys, we're going to get that all. I think we're just going to leave it. I'm not going to stir it. I'm just going to let it sit. I don't even believe it tells us to stir it. We got to let that baby just do its job. And I don't know if I'm supposed to let it do its job with the lid on or off. I don't recall. Maybe I'll take a peek at that later. But right now, I'm just going to leave the lid off and let it do its thing. All right. Are we having fun yet? Okay. Now, you might think that I'm pretty ambitious making all these homemade things. And what I would say to you is it's ambition with a mixture of laziness. So what I mean by that is, yeah, I'm making my own ketchup with clearance tomatoes I bought at the grocery store. So this ketchup is probably going to cost me no more than, I don't know, a couple dollars, which the real ketchup in a bottle doesn't really cost that much, but I know what's going in here. I know what the ingredients are, and I'll go over those with you in a little bit. But I'm kind of lazy in the fact that, okay, she told me to de-seed them, core them, and then blend them. And you know I'm not a big blender fan. I don't know why. I don't like making lots of noise. Maybe that's just it. But, so what I did was, being the lazy gal that I am, well, I cored them with my apple corer, which worked out really well. Oh, this has turned out really good. And what I'm going to tell you is happening is all the stuff that she wanted me to do extra work for, but I don't think I'm going to need to. If I just strain it out when it's done. And I got 25 minutes yet, so hopefully this might be done cooking by the time. That's why I started it before I got on with you guys. Okay, so what I did was I cored them and I cut them and I dumped them in the pot. I didn't blend them. I didn't strain them. And what is happening, and I'm probably going to show you in a little bit, is I'm able to just pull out the skins as I'm going along, as I'm smashing them with my potato masher. And yeah, and the seeds, I can run them through a sieve later if I really need to. I don't think, I mean, yeah, I'm probably going to have to get some of them out. Who wants seedy ketchup? But look at, the things are just coming out as I pull out the potato masher. So, yeah. Isn't that crazy? So what is happening and why we're cooking it for so long is because, especially since it's already pretty much a liquid. And she used cherry tomatoes, and I just used whatever clearance tomatoes I got at the grocery store. And it was just a mixture of all different kinds. So that might be another reason why she seeded them or blended them, because they were so small and I have bigger. So maybe it'll be easier. She was thinking about maybe all those little skins coming off. I don't know what the theory was. But yeah, so I think I'm just going to see what happens after this stage, this 45-minute stage. And then we'll go from there on whether I need to run it through. I have a little mesh sieve I can run it through that I use for like sifting flour and such. And then I can always put a paper towel in there to catch any of the seeds. I'm not trying to make it harder for myself. I'm trying to work smarter. We'll see what happens. I don't know if I'm supposed to, I got to read the directions real quick. I don't remember if I'm supposed to, oh no, I just got rid of it. I know where it's at and kept it. I don't know if I'm supposed to put it away right away or if I'm supposed to let it cool down, I guess was my question. So, that is what we're working on today, guys. Our own ketchup. I had squirt bottles. I think I must have gotten rid of them though, because I can't find them anywhere. They weren't really easy to clean either with those little nozzles. A lot of times it was just, let's see. It's got the shelf life of a month. Let's see. When you achieve a consistent remove from the heat, leave it to cool down, then transfer to an airtight container or bottle and keep refrigerated for up to a month. Okay. All right, so let's go over the ingredients in this little recipe I found, and I will tell you what my substitutions are. So I told you about the tomatoes, right? She used cherry. I used whatever was available at the grocery store. We're condensing nicely, I have to say. Okay, and then it's a half a cup apple cider vinegar. That's what's in this container. We've got a 1/4 cup of brown sugar. And then this is our little, and if you smell this, it smells just like ketchup. It's crazy. And I didn't even have any celery seeds, so that's my one substitution. Okay, so I'll tell you what I did. Okay, so it's 1 whole clove bud, which I didn't have. So I used 1/8 of a teaspoon of ground clove, which might be a little too much, and I might have done a little bit less. But all the other quantities that were kind of strong spices in here were 1/8 of a teaspoon, so that's what I went with. Okay, so 1 teaspoon of onion powder was the biggest amount of anything, and then 1/8 of a teaspoon ground cinnamon, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder. Did I do a teaspoon of garlic powder? I might have to add a little more garlic powder. No, I did a teaspoon, I'm pretty sure. 1/8 of a teaspoon of celery seeds. I don't have celery seeds. What I did was I have celery. I took the leafy greens and I chopped them up super duper small. And I'm hoping that sitting in there with all the rest of the herbs, it will kind of just, because I have salt in there as well, which is I'm getting to next. 1 teaspoon of salt and 1/8 of a teaspoon of chili powder or cayenne powder, whether you want a little bit spicier. Of course, I did chili. And then, yeah, so we have to let this reduce down. I think it said by half. And I'm just kind of coming along here and smushing things. Yeah. And these like skins are just floating to the top. We'll be able to take them right off pretty much. How exciting, right? And I'll say, to be honest, that these tomatoes were, oh, you know what else I added? Because my tomatoes were a little, more dried out because they've been sitting in my fridge. I added 1 little can, I think they're 4 ounces of tomato sauce. So that's in there too. But I forgot what I was saying. Anywho, so smelling this, it's literally like smelling ketchup. And I had no idea the ketchup had clove in it. So I'm hoping that the clove is not going to overpower. Oh, I think I was going to add a little bit more garlic powder. Anywho, just another shake. So the process is not very hard. That's so good. Yeah, I think it might take a little bit of the strength of the clove away, hopefully. Oh, so I was going to tell you about my weekend update. Not stealing anything from that, but yeah, I'm trying to get all these, let me stir these together real quick with my finger. Yeah, it's funny. The celery salt is actually adding a little bit of moisture to the other things, so they're really connecting together well. Sweet. All right. So the weekend was awesome, and I have some pictures I'm going to show you. So this is going to be really fun, and I'm hoping they're big enough that you'll be able to see. All right, it doesn't have much time left to cook, actually. I took a quick break here. So I have to stop this for a second so that I'm going to do a quick run through. In the sink, I have a colander set up with a coffee filter in it. And we're going to try and see and I'm going to do a spin around so my leash doesn't get wrapped up. Okay, so, and I have it sitting in another pan, so the other pan can catch any of the residual. It's surprising how quickly it cooks down into absolutely nothing. All right, let me see. I have a couple things in here. I believe are skins, but I want to double check. Yeah, that's a skin. Shirts and skins? No, that's, I don't know what that is. Is that an actual piece? Yeah, okay. Sorry, I'm losing it here. Just want to make sure it's just, yeah, it's just the tomato part. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of stand over here and kind of gently put some pressure on it. And we had about 8 minutes left, so I'm going to stop the timer for a second. And I'll just show you my little setup here, just so you can see. It's not the greatest, I don't think, probably, but it's saving me. I don't know. We'll see if it's actually saving me any time. I'm just trying to run this through the coffee filter that I have in there. Maybe I should have doubled up the coffee filter now that I think about it. I'm just trying to push it through. All right. So while we're waiting for that to kind of maybe let gravity work for us a little bit, I do my spin. Ta-da. Okay. So I had a really great weekend. Excuse me. So we celebrated our anniversary last weekend. Excuse me. How rude. 25 years. Oh, and at some point I do want to show you the beautiful silver box you got for me. All right. So in the process, it was Peyton's homecoming weekend at school. So we did go there and we stayed Friday night and Saturday night. And we took the animals for the first time anywhere, which was kind of fun, kind of a pain in the butt, but kind of fun. So we went and saw her. We went to the football game for all of about 20 minutes. There was like little gnats everywhere biting everybody. And Peyton's not a big sports fan anyway. So we walked around for a little bit. And then the next day, we didn't really do much on Friday, did we? Why am I drawing a complete blank? Anywho. Yeah, because she had stuff to do. So we didn't really hang out with her too much on Friday. It's clicking now. And then Saturday was the football game. And we hung out there for a little bit. I'm getting caught up now. She had homework to do on Friday. We took her or we went to her dorm for dinner, which was actually pretty tasty. And then we left her to do her business, and she had a school function to go to. So we went back and relaxed. Tried to anyway. And then Saturday we went to the football game. I'll get it yet. And we also went to Oktoberfest, which is a big party on the campus. And wow, I think we measured our time in the food line was 40 minutes. And it was pretty fun. It was really crowded, so we didn't stay very long with that. And then she had a concert to go to Saturday night. So we went to that also. It was really good. It was amazing. And so that was Saturday. And then Sunday we went to church, and that's where we saw Peyton. I didn't get to sing her because I was underneath the balcony. I didn't know she was going to be in the balcony for the choir part. So I couldn't see her singing, but I did actually get to see her playing an instrument for the first time in 2 years. It was so freaking awesome. I was so excited. And she played the cymbals for one song, and she played chimes for the other one. Okay. But before we went to go to the football game on Saturday, my husband had another little surprise for me. And he wouldn't tell me what it was, but he did tell me I had to sign a waiver, which I got a little nervous about because I'm like, I'm in pain already. If I'm doing something, he's like, yes, we're going to skydive. And I'm like, I want to do that. So don't even threaten me with that. But he's like, no, it's not anything you're going to get hurt with. At least that's what he told me anyway. And then as we're driving along and I'm realizing where we're headed, I start to cry. I cry. Yeah, because he took me to a dairy farm so that I have had on my list forever to pet some cows. I wanted to cuddle cows, but they're not really very cuddly unless you know, maybe, I don't know. So we went to this farm in Iowa. And here's some of the cows. This one here, they have different stations based on what age they are and if they're pregnant or not. This might have been in the pregnancy pen because I see the sand, and that helps them when they lay down, so that kind of conforms to their body and keeps them cool. So, and there's some more pregnant girls. Let me get closer. I'm getting a reflection. Oh, you know what? I don't need that thing on. There we go. So these are the pregnant girls. Aren't they cute? I love them to pieces. So they were just, these two were laying down because, like I said, the sand kind of conforms to the body and makes them feel like kind of weightless. This is like the feeding pen off to the side. I believe these are like the teenagers. So they haven't gotten pregnant yet, I believe. She almost looks like she has a heart on her, the shape of her. Yeah, look at that girl. That's Joni. Not all of them were very friendly. And the funny part of it is when they're hot, and there was a bazillion flies. It was insane. Didn't bother me though. It was a beautiful breeze. But when the flies start to bother them, they take their food, which is down below here. They're like grains and stuff. And they munch them up, and then they shoot them onto their backs so that they can piss off the flies, I guess. Come on. There's another pretty girl. These guys were not very friendly as far as like wanting to be pet. So we took this tour. Oh, here's the babies. This is my favorite part. Is this Zaza or Jaja? I didn't know how they were pronouncing it. Anyway, here at this farm, this girl's like a month old, I think, if I remember correctly, or maybe 3. They have them in stages, and I'm trying to feed her. She wasn't really interested, if I remember correctly. But the babies are so loving. Yeah, see the lover. Look at her up there. Let me pet her head. Oh my God, I had the best time. I'm letting her sniff my hand just in case. This is not Jaja anymore, I don't think. Maybe it is. Oh yeah, I pet her for a while. She just liked having her head rubbed. Yeah, it's still Jaja. Am I going backwards? Nope. Here's LOL. Isn't she a cutie? Yeah, she's one of my favorites. She's like pretty much all brown except for like some parts on her feet and the tip of her tail. Oh, these were all Holsteins, except for like this girl here. They think she might have been mixed with something else because they got her from a different farm. Her mama from a different farm. I apologize. I'm trying to remember all the stories and stuff I asked. And they have a robotic milker, so that was fun to watch. And it's amazing how smart cows are. I don't remember this girl's name, but she was so happy to see us. And then this is Big Mac. And I might start crying. Because if you know too much about dairy farms, they don't keep boy cows around for very long. So I said, honey, back up the car. And then this is Dolly. You can't see her very well, but I wanted a picture of her because that's what I call my daughter. I call her Dolly. So she just didn't want to come out and play. She was just not a happy camper. Oh, I hit the button to fix the light. There she is. Here's Dolly. Oh, is that the end? Is that the last one? Uh-oh, it's frozen. Oh, they want me to save it. Sorry. And then there's another little girl. This little girl here, her name is Lauren. And her and LOL are, I don't remember if they're actually sisters. I don't remember. Anyway, this little girl, Her name is Lauren. Sorry, come on. And she's only a week old. Her and Big Mac were both a week old when we were there. So they're 2 weeks old now. It's so blurry. Come on. There we go. And oh my gosh, she was such a love. And the one next to her, actually, while we were there, tried to jump out. Look at her. That's Lauren. Watch, this gets better. Look at that face. She just wants a big old kiss. Isn't that the greatest thing you've ever seen? Oh, can you tell I was just the happiest girl, except for when they told me about Big Mac, of course. Like I know where baby boy cows go. Okay, so let me see how we're doing with our stuff. Pretty much all we have to do now is let it cook for the extra few minutes here. I'm trying to get most of this to go through. Oh, see now what's happening is all the water is coming out. It's backfiring on me. But you know what? I'm really not mad at it, actually. I don't know that, let me see here. I'm going to try and get it back into this other pot. I'm going to have to not face you here for a few minutes, actually. Let me grab this thing. This is more what I'm thinking is going to work better. Okay. And we're going to bring this guy over. Hopefully this doesn't backfire. Please don't backfire. Please don't backfire. I got to keep begging. Please don't backfire on me. All right. So what I'm going to do is try and get it back into this pan so I can finish cooking it. Please don't backfire. You think the singing helps? I'm not sure. All right, and then I just want to use one of these guys. Push it through. No, come on. Yeah, see, all this is gonna need to go through. Can you tell? Need all this liquid to come through here so that all the rest of this stuff comes out. Squirt it, squeeze it, get it as much. See, all this stuff wants to come out. And then the rest is all just seeds and a little bit of core might have gotten through. Yeah, and I'm probably going to need all that liquid. But just got to be careful I don't. Almost be better if you just put it in a cheesecloth and squeezed it out, right? Because I think you want some of this. Otherwise, it's not going to be very thick. Yeah, I got a lot of the liquid through. Yes, I'm making a mess. Are we having fun yet? And then I'm going to let this reduce down. So we might actually have created more work for ourselves than originally hoped or thought, dreamed of, whatever you want to call it. Because I am going to say that the one thing that's probably happening is that might be losing a bit of And I think what we could have happen too is once we get this all, I can just blend up this part. We'll see. We just had a skin. All right, I'm going to say this probably wasn't my greatest attempt at being lazy. Nobody wants seedy ketchup, right? A lot of people don't even want to know that ketchup comes from tomatoes to begin with, because a lot of people who like ketchup don't even like tomatoes. My husband being one of them. I'm like, how is that possible? All right, guys. I have a feeling that I'm losing all of the stuff that I need for it to be to make it. All right, so what I'm going to do next, I'm going to try one more thing. See if I can get this pushed through. Maybe I'm just squeezing out too much. Maybe this one's just a little too small. And then I could just get most of this stuff through here. And that should be what thickens it up, right? Now, I will say that what I thought would happen is not really happening, which is that the this stuff would fit through the holes, but it's not. Gosh darn it. All right, so I am going to have to try something else here. See, you don't know until you try. Oh, these colors are just making me dizzy. Until you try to see where you're at. Let's see here. See if we can get it reduced down a little bit more. I think we got rid of some of it. It seems to be... I'm going to change pans, though, I think. Dump this into there, because I don't want to lose anything. Why is it I always make a super duper huge, disgusting mess? All right, so remember, we're going to still reduce this down a little bit more, everybody. We just need to let it get thickened up more. Now, a lot of this could be good. All right. All right. I think we're in a much better place, to be honest. I really do. Even though I didn't get rid of a ton of, and I want this, the skins, I probably reduced by about half. I have to let it go. Like I said, I got to bring it back up to a boil. I'm going to let it go for about 10, 15 more minutes since it cooled down. Man, I wish I had somebody to clean my kitchen. That would be great. All right. So, I'm just going to keep reducing it down, and like letting these come on. We need it to get thicker. I'm going to let that'll drain, but this won't. All right. Need to get one of those, the handheld blender thingies. That would be perfect, right? All right. So, you saw how my weekend was. You saw how, oh, I got a picture of my daughter with her friends that I posted. And I will show you guys real quick. I am going to say the worst mom on the planet because I'm a horrible picture taker. Horrible. Ask anyone. I never remember I even have a camera on my phone most of the time. So let's see if I can find it. Let's see if I can find the girls. Nope, of course not. Where would they be? All right, we're bringing it back up to a boil. Fingers crossed. I think she sent it to me. Okay, here we go. And there they are. Okay, so most of you know my daughter. I've seen her on the channel a couple times. This is her friend Hannah and her other friend Kat. Come on. Come on. That's the only one I have, and I didn't even take it. So what does that tell you? All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a pause for the cause here, and I will be back in a little. Oh, don't start scorching to the side. Oh, I forgot to set my timer. I'll be back in about 15 minutes to give you all an update. I'm hoping at some point if I keep mashing, these things will just disintegrate. One can hope, right? All right. I'll be back with you guys in a little while. Get a drink, have a snack, and we'll be back in a little bit. Okay, I'm back. Well, let's just put it this way. My lazy version has become the complicated version as per usual in my line of work here as a experimenter and someone that doesn't always like to follow directions. So I did have to blend it a little bit. It's still going to be on the chunkier side, but you know, I'm not mad at it. Okay, so now what we're supposed to do is add our other ingredients. Okay. And as you can see, for future reference, as long as the flavors are there, I think we got a winner. I just need to remember to. Okay, so I'm going to turn it down. It doesn't need to be that high. It also didn't really say whether it's supposed to have the heat still on it. Bind to give you that texture. Okay, keep over medium heat. Okay, so this is our half cup of apple cider vinegar. This is our quarter cup of brown sugar. Some people, she said, use maple syrup, but she likes the flavor she gets from this. Now, this was the clove, the garlic, the onion powder. I use celery seed instead of I use celery leaves instead of celery seed. I need a stirrer. Maybe I'll push it in there. Oh, it's stuck. Gosh darn it. Let me get something to get that out. Okay. I can't get over that. All right. There's a little bit of a hint of barbecue sauce. All right. So we're supposed to stir this all up. Get this all melded together. You know what I was thinking too? This could be a great base now for like a sloppy Joe. And I was thinking about having that recently. So I'm wondering if I'm just going to use this as my starting point and go from there. All right, so we're supposed to let this cook for 8 to 10 minutes, I believe it was. And we'll see what happens. All right, guys. Other than just getting it cooked for the last few minutes and setting it off to cool before we put it into containers, I don't really have anything else for you. If you try this experiment, remember, I would even peel the tomatoes before I even cut them open. So that's my little gift to you, if that helps you at all. But the apple core worked great for getting the cores out. And yeah, I'd probably de-seed, which I would just squeeze out the seeds and leave the rest of it there. I think that would be the only difference. I'm hoping the flavor, like I said, I'm hoping the flavors are there so that I can use it for other things, since it's a little probably too textural to use as ketchup. But we'll see. I think everybody's going to be at least willing to try it. And it's not so much the, I'm sure it'd be the skins that are more annoying than the seeds. But my thought process was, and maybe I'm wrong, that the seeds and the skin were going to give it a little bit of more flavor. So I guess that kind of backfired on me. And what I read further on in the recipe was that she said you can use tomato paste for this recipe and just start from the point of, not reducing anything down, because you're not starting with fresh tomatoes. And that's probably why I probably should turn this up a little higher and get a little bit more of the water out. Because it is a little bit, that's the other downfall of having left all the stuff in there, is that it's a little more waterier, and I probably should not have added that can of tomato sauce. If anything, I probably should have just added a can of tomato paste, which I could still technically do, I guess. The only problem with that is that's not seasoned, and this is actually cooking with the seasoning in it, so I don't know if that would backfire on me as well. Call me the Lazy Gourmet. That's my new nickname. Okay. Well, I'm going to let you guys go for now. Thanks for joining me today. I sure appreciate it. Thanks for watching. Please continue to watch, comment, share, like, subscribe, ring the bell, and please pass them on to anyone you think that they could help. And I guess all I have left to say is have a good day. Go do great things. Be your best self. And please live your best blessed life. Thanks for watching. Bye.